You said you've touched upon very relevant themes nowadays. You took us back in rewind to 2007. Stormy weather right now in the tech world, in the business world. Jobs are scarce, and some of these tenets might hold us in good stead. You also spoke about sentience and human emotions. I've seen you, and I've seen the Apple Watch, and you're a social media sensation. So you use technology to your advantage, and I appreciate that. But I just want to understand from you, when you look at what's happening all over the world, automation is leading to a loss of more jobs at this point. At least for those, a lot of companies who've been crystal ball gazing and said, hey, listen, these are jobs we won't require. It'll shape up differently, hopefully. But how do you see it? Because you understand the ways of the world. How do you see it? Is technology and all this automation and all the new, embracing all the new, something that causes concern for you? Do you look at it with a sense of trepidation, or you're confident that the world will adapt, like you said, acclimatize, and then progress?
Yeah. I think let's take it this way. How many of us would, with a hand on our heart, agree that technology and what's happening in the world has added immense value to our lives? Immense value, right? Personal lives, business, work, everywhere. Immense value to our lives. How many of us would want to see a world where technology progresses further to such an extent that things become extremely easy, smooth, and a cakewalk for our work, business, and personal lives? Brilliant. How many of us would like a world where, with all of this having said and done and achieved, we lose our jobs? Oh, okay, there are a couple of hands up there. So the next person that would be interviewed would possibly be you, because Aayush is ready to interview to check out how, if I lose my job because of a artificial intelligence humanoid that has come up in the market. Definitely a point to be taken. We have noted, sir, your hand was up, and he is definitely going to interview on this. The fact of the matter is this. The reality is technology has added value. The reality is, with the brightest minds and with the brightest opportunities and the brightest avenues that have opened up, technology is escalating to the next level. The reality of the matter is also this, that when technology comes up there, as Aayush rightly said, it kind of becomes a threat to human existence, to human potential, to the development of human potential. I was in Singapore 1 year for an event called Masters of the Century. I was one of the keynote speakers, and I came up on stage. I did my bit. I love cracking jokes, cracking people up. There's about 2,000 people in the audience, not a single Indian face. I mean, you don't have a single Indian face. That's when you test your grounds, because when there's Indians, they can immediately connect. I'm an Indian, you can really frequencies match. But there I was looking at people, they enjoyed it. They gave me a standing ovation. And I went backstage, and when I went backstage, everybody started shouting, Sophia, 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 Sophia. And I said, these guys got it wrong. Like, and if you want an encore, they should have shouted, Gaur Gopal, Gaur Gopal. I said, these guys have gotten it wrong. Once I did an event and people did shout, because they wanted me to be up on stage again, Gaur Gopal, Sophia, Sophia. I turned to my secretary, I said, who the heck is this Sophia? So this one guy comes up to me and says, would you like to meet Sophia, sir? I thought, oh, I don't mind actually, considering the kind of enthusiasm from the audience. Looks like Sophia must be a someone. And I thought in my mind it was probably Sofia Vergara from Modern Family. So they said, we'll take you to see her. So I was walking towards the green room where Sophia was, in my mind thinking of any possible reference from Modern Family, so that when I meet Sofia Vergara, I say, ma'am, I saw this and it was a real nice night. Good to connect on something that is common. As I came to the green room, there was 2 huge bouncers. Their muscles were rippling out of their coats like real out there. They were standing there. I said, this guy said, I'd like to see Sophia. He said, sorry, Sophia is getting plugged in. I said, Sophia is getting plugged in? Seemed like a new slang. Seemed like a new slang, Singaporean slang. What's plugged in or zoned in? So I thought plugged in would mean like, speakers like to get plugged into the ambience, the atmosphere, just be in their space. And I was thinking like this, maybe she's doing makeup, maybe she's doing some makeup, using some device to plug in. And soon after, the doors opened, and there were two guys who were carrying the first ever humanoid that was made on planet Earth, who's called Sophia. And when they say she's getting plugged in, means literally getting plugged in and getting charged. Sophia came up on stage. I sat in the audience to listen to what Sophia said. And they asked her a very touchy, sensitive question. The funny part is the answer was programmed in Sophia. They asked her, do you think artificial intelligence and the technology that has come up today will replace human beings? The question that Aayush has asked me. I cannot forget what Sophie had answered. In fact, my second book, Energize Your Mind, begins with this story, right? The story of Sophia. And I can't forget what Sophia said. Sophia said, it needs a human being to create a Sophia. And therefore there's no question ever that a Sophia can replace a human being, because without a human being, a Sophia cannot function. You need an answer to be programmed into a machine. And even with the growth of some of these artificial engines with no names, the day before yesterday, I typed into one of them, and you know what I mean. No names. You know what I mean. I typed in to figure out the details of one of my friends who's a massive businessman. His son, who's now leading the business, to check details. Guess what, guys? He's just about 34 years old. This particular AI engine said that he was dead in 1944. Was dead in 1944. It requires a sentient human being to run technology, to create technology. And that's why Sophia, I remember, said, I'm not here to compete with human beings. I'm here to complement human beings and what human beings do. And what human beings do, to complement what human beings do, it's our human responsibility to, while we use all technology, to while we upgrade to the best that is available, to not do away with the human potential that is behind it.